guys? Enkiri here, and welcome to vlog number 90. Today I've got a kind of solid but kind of tough upper body session for you guys, along with a couple random sets of sprints and a strong set of kettlebell swings thrown in there just for good measure. So, kicking things off with the upper body work, here I'm doing strict overhead presses off the pins, set right about at clavicle height, paired up with some dead hang triples on the weighted chin-up. Now for the overhead work, I'm up to 170 pounds, and I was knocking out a few sets of 3 in this session. I had been running that double progression for quite some time on this exercise, where I was working my way up from 3s to 4s and eventually to 5s before increasing the weight. But this session here kind of ended up being the last stop for this exercise. I was starting to get a little bit bored of the overhead work in general and just the general stagnation that had begun to ensue. So I tried fancying things up for a little bit for a couple weeks with a few EMOM style singles on this same exercise. But ultimately, I just decided to drop it for the time being. So as of now, the only overhead press variant that's currently remaining in my programming as of today is the unsupported seated overhead press, which should be making its debut in the vlog sometime soon. I've also reincorporated the dip in both a volume fashion as well as a slightly heavier fashion. So I'm doing a little bit of weighted dipping twice a week again, similar to what I was doing early last year, but not identical. Now that led to a pretty good string of pretty epic PRs though, so I'm hoping once I get going with this additional volume work on there, that I might be able to snag a few more PRs in the months that follow. Anyway though, as you can see, I had the pin presses paired up with some heavy weighted chin-ups, which is something I had been doing for a few weeks here. And I would say that the pin presses in this session were pretty tough and grindy and not so glamorous. But the chin-ups here were kind of a little bit of a beacon of light. They were really smooth overall, and considering that all the reps were done from a dead hang, this is actually pretty strong for me as far as chinning goes. I don't think I've ever put in this many reps with this kind of weight from a dead hang before, so that's pretty cool. It's nice to know that I can move away from the chin-up for decently long periods of time and then come back to it and build right back up to PR levels within just a matter of a few weeks. And I think that I was actually on my way to contending for a new 1 rep max PR here too. Unfortunately, however, an issue that I've been neglecting for a really long time now has put that little endeavor on hold. My right bicep tendon has been experiencing some degree of tendonitis for over a year now, I would say, and it's always been just a little bit of a nag that's just kind of lingered and lingered and lingered, but that hasn't really stopped me from training hard and heavy, and so consequently, I hadn't really been motivated to do what's needed to be done to fix it. And then unfortunately, these heavy chin-ups here, combined with the strict curls that you guys have seen me doing lately, were just too much for it. And in the last few weeks, it's gotten really, really bad. So pain has finally forced my hand, and I've begun experimenting with a few rehab exercises to try to fix the fucker once and for all. Unfortunately for me, that means no more heavy chin-ups until I get this shit sorted out. It's just too much of a hassle to warm the damn thing up to even make it workable for heavy work like this. And at this point, anyway, I can barely even move my arm the next day if I push it too hard. So I think it's time to take a step back and finally rehabilitate this stupid injury. It's really annoying, but I mean, what the hell can you do? It's not my first tendonitis, and it sure as damn hell won't be my last. Obviously, you do what you can to avoid these sorts of things, but at some point, some of them do just kind of become the cost of doing business. Unfortunately for us, as highly motivated, but also kind of thick-skulled and stubborn athletes and lifters, we tend to put those costs onto a high-interest credit card, pay nothing but the minimum for years on end, watch the interest accrue like mad, and then look at it one day and wonder how the hell we got into so much debt. Eventually, you have to pay the piper though, so that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully, I'll be back to banging out some more heavy chin-ups in the not-too-distant future though. Anyway, that was that whole workout, just the presses and the chins. And I figured I'd throw in a little bit of random footage for you guys as well that doesn't really fit anywhere else. But so I've got some kettlebell swings here. It's 150 pounds on the bell with a little bit of added band resistance as well. I did a bunch of sets of 10 and 15 reps here and then finished up with this solid set of 20 reps after some squats and sled sprints. I'm really liking these at the moment though. I'm doing them consistently right now for the first time ever really, at least once a week, and I'm slowly adding weight to the kettlebell. And we'll see where it takes me. I'm not deadlifting at the moment, so I can go pretty hard with these and get in some good volume with little repercussion on anything else. And this should certainly help me with my sprinting and broad jumping goals as well. And then I've also just got a few sets of decent sprints here from relatively recently. Nothing spectacular, but I was moving pretty well here overall, and it's just another day in the grind. That's something you'll probably start seeing more of, by the way. I tried to make the vlogs whole workouts for a little while, but sometimes I don't do whole workouts. Sometimes I just go out, hit the main work, and call it a day. And sometimes only a single segment of a whole workout is even worth posting, and the rest is just scrap. So rather than toss out the baby with the bathwater, I've decided I'm going to start pulling those little gems out as well and throwing them onto the end of vlogs like this that aren't already too long. But anyway, I think that's about all I got for now, guys. Please be sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And definitely leave me some love in the comments down below. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.